Hi everyone, this is Amelia with my MMP update number one. So for this week, I just thought I'd show you a little bit of what I have done so far. I did update you a little bit in my blog from last week. So most of you have read that, so you kind of know where I'm at. I have done a little bit more work since then. So I started to develop my work or my webpage, I'm sorry, called Using Technology in the Classroom, and I'm using this web page called Wix to do this. So I had explored a bunch of different sites that to try to figure out how I wanted to build my web page, and this ended up being the best, well, most easy to work with. So you can see this is kind of the editing page. I'll show you. This is kind of like the beta launch of my page. So I'll post the link to my webpage when I post this to Google Plus, just so you can check it out. So this webpage technically is up and running. I haven't, obviously I'll show you that I'm not too far along with certain things. So this is just kind of my home page. I've got like a scrolling screen to show you kind of the different types of technology that may be seen um, on my webpage. So you'll notice a lot of these are some of the things that we talked about when we did our media critique. So I have used some things that some of you guys have suggested as good types of technology. And so you can see I'm going to have like an in the news section just to see how technology is being used in the classroom in the news these days, and then just some quotes about what's being said about technology in the classroom. So it's just my homepage. Then I'm going to have a little how-to page for each different type of technology. So if you click on the how-to tab, these will come up and you'll see the different types, and each of these is a button that will take you to the individual web page that goes with these. So you can either access podcasts like this, or you can click on the button. So for each one, so I'm going to use Voki, which is the type of audio technology that I talked about for my media critique, and I'm going to have a YouTube video of kind of how to, and then there's just a little bit of description, and underneath of this, I haven't added this yet, there's going to be a how to, and there's going to be a step-by-step how to for how to use each type of technology. So each one of these is going to look the same. I haven't actually done any of the screencasts for any of these yet. I've just been trying to work through and develop this. I'm also going to have a technology in the classroom tab, which is going to have different types of maybe lesson plans or different ways to integrate these technologies in the classroom. A web resources tab that's going to take you to a page that has different web resources for using technology in the classroom, and then just a simple contact page where if you have any questions or suggestions about the page, you can fill it out. So it's kind of basically where I am with my web page right now. So I have the basics set up, and so now it's just kind of like plugging in from there. So for each of these how-to pages, I just need to get the screencast. I've started working on my technology in the classroom page. It's kind of messy right now. I have a lot of just ideas I'm running down the side and some basic things that I've inserted to help guide me. My web resources page, I really haven't gotten anything besides just kind of a this is how I want it to look type deal. So those are two things that I really need to work on, and then just need to do the screencasts and how-tos for each of these types of technology. So you can see that I've tried to just stick with some of the basic designs that we've learned. I've focused a lot on a lot of the things that we learned from the text of white space is not your enemy, because I do have a tendency to try to fill up white space. And I've tried to stick to a simple color theme, and I've really tried to make sure I'm not centering everything. And I'm also using the web design readings that we used about the 13 sins when committing um, when designing a web page, and some of those basic things. So I have tried to be involved with some of my online groups. So I'm in a Google Community Teacher and Education and Technology Integration and Technology Loving Teachers. So my basic thing with these is I've been trying to scroll through and see what other teachers are using in their classroom as different types of technology, just to get an idea of, are people focusing on using podcasts, or people focusing on using moving media, those kind of things. A lot of the feedback that I've gotten as to what types of technology I'm going to use on my webpage, so basically these tabs, did come from some of my coworkers. I went around and kind of asked people, like, how are you using technology in your classroom, or what types of things would you like to know how to use? And blend space was a really big one. Blogging was a really big one, and Prezi was a really big one. So those are three that I'm definitely going to focus on specifically for my coworkers. But besides that, I'm seeing a lot of the same things that a lot of people are looking for new ways to do. Moving media and blogging are big things. And I'm also in a Edutopia uh, group called Technology Integration. And so once again, I'm kind of just looking through this. There's some great blogs about using different apps and things in your classroom, and you'll see there's lots and lots of blogs like assistive technology, resource roundup, so kind of using technology for all sorts of different kinds of learners. So these have been good with trying to see what other people are doing in their classroom. So I guess from you guys, I will post this link, and it'd be great to just get some feedback as to maybe some of these maybe need to be modified, or you might say, oh, here's another great resource that you might be able to include in your site that I use a lot in my classroom, or I would love to know how to use, or just some basic feedback on design and what I could do maybe to make it more user friendly, or more um, look better based on our design. I've tried to stick with the design things that we've talked about, but I have had a hard time trying not to fall back on my typical design tools. Um, but yeah, it would be great to just get some feedback from you guys as to, how these each look, and maybe the types of different technology that I've picked to use, and if you have any suggestions on those. So I look forward to seeing the rest of your screencasts, and I look forward to your feedback. Thank you.